This is a very historic moment, the threshold of the second decade of the 21st century. And as I view this impressive turnout, I see a hopeful, jubilant cross-section of the entire community, representative of the rich diversity of people living in this beautiful paradise, and who have come here to make a profound and unequivocal statement of support going forward. The people's mandate is testament to your trust, your commitment, your encouragement, your prayers, your vote that brought us to where we are today. I am confident that you will never be let down. You never were, and you never will be. There is hope for this territory. Governor John P. DeJongh Jr. has already demonstrated that he is a decisive and fair leader who believes that every human being is equal to him as he is in the sight of God. And this is evident in his courageous position on the draft Constitution, which speaks to his character and strength in time of decision. He is ably supported by his Lieutenant Governor, which crystallizes their inseparable partnership.
It would be a huge understatement if I were to say that I'm honored for this amazing opportunity to introduce to you the most recently elected Lieutenant Governor of the United States Virgin Islands. It would be so because, like Vice President Joe Biden might say, this is a big, well, it's a big deal. And I say that because I've known this honorable gentleman for more than 35 years now, and he has always impressed me as a person, inherently shown great leadership and passion in everything that he did, and absolutely makes me proud to call him Dad. During the course of writing this introduction of my father, our esteemed Lieutenant Governor, I thought of countless stories and sentiments to share, and quickly realized the recurring theme of love, respect, and admiration. I thought of that proud feeling I always had growing up, and seeing my dad exude confidence and determination as he walked in his National Guard uniform, or how we'd be in Sunny Isles or at the beach, anywhere really, and men and women would go out of their way to say hi or shake his hand with genuine affection clearly visible on their faces. I remember how caring, real, and down to earth he has and always been with us and anyone he came in contact with, and thought, this man really knows how to connect with people. I've met and continue to meet so many people who always have the kindest words to share about my father. And because it's been this way long before he was even the St. Croix administrator, I know that they mean every word.
Just 4 years ago, I greeted you as the 9th elected Lieutenant Governor of the United States Virgin Islands. It is with immense pride and gratitude that I intend to serve you as a Lieutenant Governor for 4 more years with respect and honor you so richly deserve as Virgin Islanders. I want to thank Governor John P. DeJongh Jr., Governor, for his strong commitment and support. It is because of him that the office of Lieutenant Governor has remained an important partner to work in the work of the executive branch. Together we can was a promise we made to you. It is evident that we have worked hard to fulfill that promise for the Virgin Islands. We also pledge to lay a solid foundation of prosperity and opportunity for future generations. Through our numerous accomplishments, we have laid the groundwork. There is much more to do, but we always knew that more can be done with teamwork. That is why with God's help and your continuing support, we will finish the job that we have set out to do. During the last 4 years as Lieutenant Governor, my staff and I have worked honestly to improve the lives of families and the state of business throughout the territory. You spoke, we listened. No, we have not always agreed on how to make those improvements or what would be in the best interest of our residents. That is the beauty of living together in this community. We exchange ideas and bring people together. We take those ideas and opinions and collaborate with the experts to formulate a plan. Then the plan is executed by those with the right skill sets to push us forward to our mutual goals.
And then after the 1986 elections, when Governor-elect Farrelly asked me to work on the transition, I met the next John Percy DeJongh, John Percy DeJongh, Jr. We don't need to look for any candidates for Commissioner of Finance, said Alex Farrelly as we started work on transition. I've decided to name John DeJongh. After all, he's smart and young, and I think if we really are going to actually have to name some young people rather than just say we're going to name some young people to the government. And so the Virgin Islands got a 29-year-old Commissioner of Finance, and I got a new friend. And from then to now, as we have become better and better friends, as our families grew closer, as our children grew up, and all but one of them have now gone off to college and beyond, I have come to learn more and more about John P. DeJongh, Jr. as a person, as a friend, as a politician, and as a leader. He is no longer quite so young. But I will tell you that anyone who underestimates how smart John DeJongh is does so at his or her own risk and peril. And I will tell you that I have never met anyone, anywhere, who is a harder worker. And all those 3 a.m. emails that we all receive are proof enough of that. And I know by now that everyone in our islands appreciates what a winning combination intelligence and hard work truly is, and how lucky we are to have that combination working for us each and every day. But if this is all there were, we would not be talking about the real John DeJongh. Because what makes this combination something for which we must all count ourselves more than just lucky, it is that a care for others, most especially those less fortunate than himself, is what drives that work ethic and directs that intelligence.
There's a quote, a famous quote, from the author Ralph Waldo Emerson that says, "The reward of a thing well done is to have done it." Now it seems to me that that quote usually refers to things that have already been done, that Emerson is conveying the sentiment that we should take pride in what we have done when we have done it well. But far more interesting to me, especially as we face the challenges that confront us today, and as we create new opportunities for tomorrow, on this day, which marks the beginning of a new term of office for me and for Greg Francis, but also a new year for all of us, is not what it is that we have done that we should take pride in, but what it is that we want to earn the reward in the future in. What is it that if we do well, will be fitting and a full reward for having done it? And so begins our journey to define and to do the work that we have to do. Greg and I hold open the office and the door to all and invite you to continue to work with us, with all people of good heart and good intent in your government and in your administration in the months and years ahead. God willing, we will have 4 years to do this work together, and with His guidance, help and work in service for all who care about these Virgin Islands. We are blessed. We are blessed to live as citizens of the greatest democracy the world has ever known. A country that at times may appear to stumble towards the future, but one that never gives up its faith in the future and its quest to perfect the dream of equality and justice that makes us all Americans. And though we are living through one of the greatest economic recessions our country and indeed our territory has ever experienced, who among us would willingly trade places to go and live another place? We are blessed that even in these times of challenge and downturn, our children can still go to free public schools and receive an education. Our elders can still receive health care and hospital care as they need it. And that all of us can reasonably believe that if we work hard, we can be rewarded for those efforts by employment and by advancement, and a means to raise our family in peace and freedom. Today, we renew our joint commitment to work in a common purpose to build a common future. For we need to start again our work to build for tomorrow out of a better today. I am not just concerned with what tomorrow brings or what next year's challenges will be, but with also what I will hand off to the next man or to the next woman who stands in this place in January of 2015. I want that to be a Virgin Islands that is the envy of others everywhere. A Virgin Islands that embraces people regardless of race, religion, place of birth, or economic status. A Virgin Islands that is safe. A Virgin Islands that takes better care of its elders, that reaches out to those most in need, and that provides real opportunities to young people and to those who work hard. But to get to that place requires we first find our way through the dangerous passages of 2011. We have weathered the last 4 years, and in those years we have withstood a very difficult economic environment by our creativity and by our willingness to engage with others and to work within our limitations, to take advantage of new opportunities, thereby setting the foundation for the future. And when many say the recovery does not feel like a recovery, we know they are describing reality. We must recognize that our resources are limited and that we are stretched. Our future is linked to a world economy that is on every continent experiencing a financial and an economic transformation. We have experienced our very real limitations as a result of all the destruction that has been done over the past months by terrible weather and flooding that did so much damage to our roads, to our infrastructure, to our homes. We have neither the money nor the manpower to simply snap our fingers and have everything repaired promptly. We can only do so much, and we must be sure that in every case what we do is indeed and in fact the very best that we can do. Our challenge as we work to achieve the next opportunity is to do what we need to do better than has been done in the past. We need to raise the bar. We must measure and judge the performance of all who provide services in our government and to our government so that they can learn how better, and so they cannot, or if they will not improve, we can replace them with those who are coming up and who will. This is the challenge. This is the challenge each and every one of us has, to raise the levels of our performance, to do what we are charged with doing with greater skill, greater efficiency, and with greater commitment. And as we ask our government to be more efficient, we must also ask the private sector to be more creative. For each of us, what we have done in the past will not necessarily work in the future. We must step out of our comfortable patterns. In the coming days, we will be making changes to make this so. Our financial plan will address our economic reality, and it will ensure that our schools stay open, that we meet the challenges of healthcare reform, that we protect our community, and that we provide the services critical to our community. The choices are not just difficult, they're necessary. This we shall and must do, because that is what has to be done in order for us to restore in these islands the pride of place, the pride of people that we all who have chosen to call ourselves Virgin Islanders want to feel. Then and only then will we have earned a well-deserved reward of having done what we set out to do and having done it well.